Rufus Arthur Johnson, better known by his stage name Bizarre, is an American rapper, best known for his work with Detroit-based hip-hop group D12. Early life: Bizarre was born Rufus Arthur Johnson on July 5, 1976 in Detroit, Michigan. Bizarre grew up living with his single mother. He started rapping when he was in 5th grade. His teacher thought he was talking to himself, and began calling him Bizarre. In 1995, he joined the rap group D12 with neighborhood friends Deshaun Proof-Holden, Carnell Bugz Pitts, and Von Q Neva Carlisle. He also met Marshall Eminem Mathers through Proof. Bizarre used to attend a club on Friday nights called The Shelter in St. Andrews Hall, where rap battles were held. Career =1990s Bizarre featured on D12's first EP in 1996 entitled The Underground EP, before going on to release his debut solo EP entitled Attack of the Weirdos in 1997. The album features Eminem and Carnartis, amongst others. Bizarre did not often perform solo during this time, preferring instead to appear with D12. =2000s Bizarre was featured on D12's first studio album in 2001 titled Devil's Night. Bizarre continued to perform exclusively with D12, until after the release of the group's second album D12 World in 2004, after which he began to appear solo. Bizarre then released his first official studio album in 2005 entitled Hanacap Circus. He had also worked with rappers Q Neva, Swift, Proof, Carnartis, and Eminem in D12. He also appeared on Eminem's compilation album Eminem Presents, The Re-Up, on a track called Murder that also featured Q Neva, released in December 5, 2006. Following the death of rapper Proof in April 2006, D12 became inactive for some time. In 2007, Bizarre released his second studio album called Blue Cheese and Coney Island. In 2008, Bizarre and D12 recorded their first official mixtape entitled Return of the Dozen. A sequel entitled Return of the Dozen Volume 2 followed in 2011. =2010s In 2010, Bizarre released his third studio album on Average Joe's Entertainment AVJ, entitled Friday Night at St. Andrews. The album is more reality-based on actual situations throughout Bizarre's early life and career. Thus the album is more conscious than his previous releases. The album features guest appearances from Seven the General, Royce da 5 9 Inches Tech N9ne, Wolf, Q Neva, and more. The first single released was Believer with Tech N9ne and Nate Walker. The second official single for the album was Rap's Finest featuring Q Neva, Seven the General, Royce da 5 9, and Redman. However, for unexplained reasons, Redman would not appear on the album version of the single or the video. Bizarre, along with King Gordy, formed a hip-hop duo called the Davidians. The Davidians were featured on Esham's mixtape, The Butcher Shop. The duo is currently seeking a record label. Bizarre was featured in Snoutgoons' music video with Swifty McVeigh, King Gordy, Sean Strange and Meth Mouth. In 2010, Bizarre was featured on the single Be a Legend with Russian hip-hop group Red Family MCZ. In 2011, Bizarre was featured on the track Shock M with underground rap group Bankrupt Records for the album Double Vision. In 2012, Bizarre released his fourth mixtape, entitled This Guy's a Weirdo, which includes a song entitled Justin Bieber featuring King Gordy that was released along with a music video via Real Wolf. In the song, Bizarre fantasizes about raping and murdering Canadian singer Justin Bieber. In 2014, he released a song called Pray For Me for his upcoming album. His Lace Blunts 2 mixtape was released in March 2014, with 19 tracks featuring guest artists such as Fuzz Scooter of their group D12, Ritz, Young Z, King Gordy, and Big T. Later in the year he wrote a verse alongside Detroit artists Mastamind and Jeremiah Ferguson for their song What's Right. He also made an appearance on a track entitled In Yo Behind by Struggle Da Preacher, which was released on Struggle's album Upshandowns on June 30, 2014. In July 2015 they shot a video for it in Moscow, Russia. Mike ADHD Frag Out featuring Young Dirty Bastard, Baby Eazy-E and Bizarre. Discography. Studio albums, Hanacap Circus, Blue Cheese and Coney Island, Friday Night at St Andrews, Dab Life, Extended Plays, Attack of the Weirdos, Mixed Apps, Hate Music, Liquor, Weed and Food Stamps. A pre-Coney Island Mixed App, This Guy's a Weirdo, Lace Blunts 2, Dab Life, Tweg City, Lace Blunt 3, Weirdo, Discography with D12, The Underground EP, Detroit, What? Devil's Night Sampler, Devil's Night, Limited Edition Mixed App, D12 World, Live in Chicago, Lost in London, Eminem Presents, The Re-Up, Return of the Dozen Volume 1, Return of the Dozen Volume 2, Shady 15, The Devil's Night Mixed App, The Devil's Night Mixed App, Reloaded, Discography with Outsiders, Night Life, The Bricks, Discography with Something Awful, Taking Lives. References. Further reading, Bizarre interview by Pete Lewis, Blues and Soul September 2010. External links, Bizarre on Twitter.